Welcome to the demonstration for the watercolor practice for the Fruit Fusion project. For your final project, it will be combined with watercolor and black line details. For this exercise, you will need the worksheet and a variety of different pens, including a dip pen if you have that. We are going to practice creating neat lines below using fine liners and Indian ink with a dip pen. We are going to get started with vertical hatching lines. Vertical lines go up and down. Our goal here is to make parallel lines. You can practice by spacing some of these lines out or keeping them close together. You may notice that the closer the lines are, the darker the value becomes. Try different pens for different line widths. Try using a Sharpie for thicker lines, which will give us a darker value. Try different techniques to find out what works best for you. Okay, next we're going to do curved hatching lines. Curved hatching lines are lines that follow the curves of a subject to create a sense of volume. It could also create roundness or make it feel three-dimensional. Next is cross-hatching. To create a cross-hatch, you're going to start with vertical hatching, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to cross your line over. You can go vertical, horizontal, or even diagonal. The more you cross over, the darker your value will get. Practice with different pens and different techniques of overlapping. Cross-hatching tends to be a little on the darker side, so it's great for cast shadows and dark areas. Our last box will be thick and thin lines. Different pens will give us different line weight, and you can also make a line thicker. Thicker lines will be bolder, more eye-catching than thinner lines. It is okay to use a variety of different line widths in a work of art. A line can also start thin and go thicker. If you're using a dip pen, the lighter you press on the pen, the thinner the line. The more weight you put on the pen, the thicker the line. In the next section, we're going to practice what we just learned. Let's start by tracing the image neatly and try to get a nice clean line. Remember, we cannot erase pen, so if we make a mistake, we will have to work with it. You will see me make a few mistakes in this video, and I will show you how I fix it. For the Fruit Fusion project, you will be tracing your entire subject. And once we have our lemons here all traced out, we are ready to start with the line work. Our goal here is to use all four techniques. I am first starting with my cast shadow, and I'm going to go ahead and do the cross-hatching technique. And since my lines got a little messy, I'm going to go ahead and use some thick and thin lines on the cast shadow. Next, I'm going to add some curved hatching lines. Curved lines can help show the volume to this lemon. And I'll add some curved lines on the inside of the lemon to show texture. Since one of my lines went a little crazy, I'm going to add a little bit of thickness this line here to clean up that edge. I still have not used my vertical hatching lines. I'm going to add it to the background to create depth. Okay, so now that we are a master at pen techniques, let's go ahead and move on. Your final fruit painting will break out of the border you create around it, like this one does here. When drawing this, it's important to avoid tangents. When two lines or edges are touching, you have created a tangent. On this first banana here, my goal is to create a tangent, but this is what you do not want to do in your project. Here I have two tangents, one at the top and the other at the bottom. The right and left side of my drawing is perfect. Let's now try this again with no tangents, which means my drawing either stays within the rectangle or goes past the rectangle. We do not want it touching the rectangle on the very end, creating a tangent. Okay, I have successfully made a tangent-free rectangle. Next, we will practice watercolor and pen, and then we're ready to start our project. Thank you for watching.